You can order the struts used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Turn your engine off and set the parking brake. Loosen the wheel lug nuts on the rear wheels. In order to change the rear shocks on your vehicle, you will need to take off the wheels to have full access. Lift the rear of your vehicle. Place the vehicle on the jack stands. We strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Honda Accord safely before carrying out this step. Don't forget to put the wheels under the vehicle. You can now see the shock absorber on your car. Unclip the ABS sensor cable from its retaining tab. The components to be removed are very often seized up, so don't hesitate to brush and to use penetrating oil to make removal easier. Using a 17mm wrench, a ratchet, and a 5mm Allen socket, unscrew the upper ball joint retaining nut on the rear sway bar end link. Finish unscrewing by hand. Then remove the sway bar end link. Using a ratchet, an extender, and a 17mm socket, unscrew the strut foot retaining bolt. Then remove the bolt. Then unscrew the bolt holding the metal bracket to the wheel knuckle, using a ratchet and a 14mm socket. Then move the bracket aside. To access your rear shock mount bearings, you need to remove the rear seat. Using a ratchet, an extender, and a 10mm socket, unscrew the mounting bolt from the bench seat. Pull on the seat cushion to unclip the two fasteners from their lockers.
Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. If you enjoy this video and want to support us, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, back to work.
Using a ratchet, an extender, and a 10mm socket, unscrew the mounting bolt from the fixed part of the bench seat backrest. Insert the vehicle key into the lock on the rear parcel shelf to fold down the rear seat backrest. Lift the fixed part of the backrest and remove it. Do the same on the other side. Remove the plastic cover. You can now access the upper strut mounts. Using a ratchet and a 14mm socket, unscrew the first upper strut mount retaining nut. Then unscrew the second nut using an extender and a gimbal. While holding the strut, use a large flathead screwdriver to pry it out of the wheel knuckle. The strut is now free. You can now extract the strut. Take your time, using the technique shown in the video. You can order the struts used in the video on CarParts.com via the link in the description. Take your new strut. Unscrew the two nuts holding the strut mount bearing. Insert the strut starting from the top part. Then, loosely screw the 2 nuts back on so that there is enough slack for the next operations. Next, insert the strut foot into the wheel knuckle by prying it with a long iron bar. Hold the assembly in place by roughly inserting the strut foot retaining bolt. Replace the bracket. Screw the bracket retaining bolt back on. Once in place, screw the bolt holding the bracket back on. Screw the strut foot bolt back on until it makes contact. In order not to damage the bushings, it is necessary to tighten the strut holding bolt with the rear axle in the vehicle on the ground position. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Screw the 2 nuts holding the bearing back on until they make contact. Finish tightening using a torque wrench.
For great content, our best price, and fast shipping, download the CarParts.com app now.
Remove the jack. Screw the nut of the upper ball joint of the sway bar end link back on. Finish tightening using a torque wrench. Replace the ABS sensor cable in its slot. Replace the plastic cover. Put the fixed part of the backrest back in place, making sure to insert the mounting brackets correctly into their slots. Then retighten the retaining bolt. Do the same on the other side. Reinsert the cushion correctly. Remember to fit the seatbelt buckles beforehand. You can then screw the bolt back in using a ratchet. Then you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Operation complete.